There's a particular kind of stuck that high-potential men never talk about. It's not failure. It's knowing exactly what you're capable of and living consistently below it. Not because you lack the information, not because you lack the desire, but because somewhere along the way, you built an identity that doesn't include the version of you that actually executes. That's the trap, and it's invisible because it wears the language of self-awareness. I know what I need to do. I just need the right system. I'm still figuring out my approach. These aren't the words of someone who doesn't know. These are the words of someone whose identity hasn't caught up with their knowledge, and whose mind is protecting the gap by calling it something reasonable. Meet Adrian, 31, smart, reads the right books, has a vision for what he wants his life to look like. But there's a version of Adrian that shows up to the work, and a version that finds endless reasons not to. And the gap between the two is getting harder to ignore. The philosopher Albert Camus wrote about the absurd, the tension between what humans reach for and what reality actually offers. Adrian lives a smaller version of that every week. He reaches for discipline and gets one productive Tuesday. He reaches for consistency and gets a 3-day streak followed by 2 weeks of avoidance. The tension doesn't resolve. It just gets quieter as he gets busier. The Untamed Mind protocol attacks this at the root. 3 tools. The ebook, The Executing Mind. 17 pages diagnosing the 4 sabotage patterns that trap high-knowledge, low-execution men. The Daily Performance Panel. A browser-based app with no login that breaks goals into today's concrete micro-actions. And the Anchoring audio series. 3 tracks for working identity, where argument alone doesn't reach. Everything for $7, no subscription. Lifetime access. Link in the description. Back to Adrian. The shift happened when he stopped treating knowledge as progress. Information isn't movement. Understanding isn't change. At some point, the man who knows what he needs to do has to become the man who actually does it. And that transition is a decision about identity, not a discovery about method. Adrian made that decision on a Tuesday, not a Monday. There's nothing special about Mondays. A Tuesday, in the middle of the week, without a ritual, without a reset, without the feeling that the time was right. Because the time is never right. The identity just becomes someone who goes anyway. That's the untamed mind, not the one that never doubts, the one that moves through the doubt. If what you heard today made sense, the Untamed Mind protocol goes deeper. The link is in the description. You already know what you need to do. The question is who you're choosing to be about it.